Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Otten. I'm the marketing director at the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce, and we are wrapping up our series of interviews with this year's Small Business of the Year Award recipients by speaking to Christie and Heather from Restlawn Memorial Park here in Wausau. And we're doing this via Zoom because Christie is kind of stuck due to the weather down in Milwaukee. But happy to have both of you on and chat a little bit about your business. So good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us again.
Thank you.
No problem. So I guess tell me a little bit about your business and its history, if you could.
Sure, absolutely. So Restlawn Memorial Park is a very wonderful place to have a permanent resting place at a cemetery in Wausau. We've been around since 1929, so we are going to be celebrating our 100th anniversary coming up soon. And we are 4 generations strong with being family owned and operated, and extremely proud of what we do for the funeral and cemetery business. So we have nearly 300 acres of land, which is really large in the grand scheme of cemetery size. And we are very prominent in the Wausau community, and we love to help families with learning more about pre-planning. And then we also know it's really important that when it has been a death and it's a really challenging time, to just help guide families through that difficult process as well.
That 300 acres, that is a huge footprint on the north side of Wausau. I know, what I've talked with all the finalists about has been the application process. So our award requires that the business or the nonprofit goes through a process of kind of looking at where they've come from, where they are now. And a lot of times what we hear from the finalists are that you find some things that maybe you had maybe forgotten about or weren't aware of in terms of your business's growth. Was there anything that really stuck out when you were going through the application related to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a really good reminder of everything that we all do, and I'm sure that applies to all of the businesses who apply. However, at Restlawn, we do really take a look at constantly being progressive when it comes to the death care world. And so when we were filling out the application, it really brings to light all of the programs that we have put in place for the community. And the way that we've been able to actually enhance the conversation of a really challenging topic of death is important. And from my personal experience with having Heather as the office manager, she's done a really fantastic job with even going to television and the local media just to be able to talk about some of the things that we do. And every time we tell people about everything that we're doing to the community and the programs and the volunteer work that we do, nobody really knows that we're doing this type of thing. So that awareness is really important. And again, we really want to take the sad part or the upsetting part of the death and what we do on a daily basis and bring it into light that we are capturing so many great lives and the history and everything that we're doing. So we're bringing all sorts of great programs to the surface, and painting programs and art programs and music programs, and we've done our movies in the park. And Heather's been really critical and crucial to helping us get that launched then as well. So she's done a fantastic job, and it helps us realize that when we're putting that all on paper for the application.
Cool.
Yeah. Another thing that I was reminded of when we were doing that application is kind of our company's mission. That gets kind of lost in our day-to-day activities because we are so hustle and bustle. We have a lot of stuff to do during the day, but when you step back and really see what our company's mission is and what we are trying to do for the future of the community, you're reminded of what our actual vision is and what our objections are for our families in the future.
Great. Well, Heather, before I forget, you're coming from kind of an interesting looking place. Tell me about where are you right now?
Right now, I am in our chapel mausoleum, which is the only mausoleum here that has an interior. And I am sitting in front of our rose trellis, which is one of our premier locations for cremated remains. Because disposition of your body would be cremation does not mean that you do not get a final resting spot and should not have one. So everything behind me is able to be displayed. This is a little bit more personal because they're glass front. So as you can see behind me, you know, people will put in some photos or you know, something just to really have their forever. And these are really nice options that a lot of families don't know that we offer, knowing that a lot of times they think cremation, that's the end of it. And we are here to remind you that we can be your forever also, no matter if you were a traditional burial or a cremation. And these are one of our beautiful, many options like that.
That's pretty nice. You know, I've been to your location for ribbon cutting. It was a number of years ago. It might have been 5 years ago now, maybe even more than that. Is what you're showing behind you, is that a relatively new addition, or has that been there for a while?
We continue to add. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Heather.
Oh, no, that's okay. It's harder on Zoom. This has been here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Heather stopped on us for a second.
Yes,
go ahead,
she
Heather,
did.
you're back.
I'm back. Okay. Yeah, as Christie was stating, you know, this has been here for a little while. However, we continually add on based on the needs of our families and what we are seeing in the community and what their requests are and what they need, you know. And the ribbon cutting that you're discussing, I believe that was for our peaceful crossing, which is an exterior option for cremated remains. It offers a more peaceful, serene area, above ground or in ground options for specifically cremated remains.
Great, thank you. So before we wrap things up, I want to ask, is there anybody that you'd like to sort of recognize specifically in terms of your business's success? This would be a nice time for you to be able to do that if there's somebody or a group of people that you'd like to recognize.
Sure. Well, and I'll start with that then too, because I think that from my perspective, being that I am based out of the Milwaukee location, firmly, we believe that all of our locations need to be within driving distance. So I'm certainly available, but my team that is all part of the Restlawn community is critical. I don't know how much this is known, but our maintenance shop had a fire that destroyed our maintenance shop at the beginning of this year, and we lost all of our equipment. But the team at Restlawn really just worked together to make sure that everything came together, and we're still continuing our operations. And even through that, we really saw the community step up and offer to help and offer to donate services or time or equipment to help keep things going then as well. So we can't do anything that we're doing, especially in times of tragedy like that, without our team, without all of us rowing in the same direction and understanding where we're trying to take our cemetery, as well as the community around us. So it's been pretty awesome. And no matter what you see when you have these types of things happen and these hiccups in the world or in your business then too, it's great to step back and just see everybody and what they all do to help us succeed and continue that going then too.
Yeah, that's a great example of support. I mean, that's unbelievable. All right, well, I appreciate the time, Christie and Heather. I congratulate Restlawn Memorial Park on being named a finalist for the Small Business of the Year award. We're going to find out who the recipient is of the award in 2 categories next week, Tuesday. So the event will be held at the Hilton Garden Inn out in Rib Mountain, and it's an afternoon event. Eric Morotek and Melissa Langman from Channel 9 will be the MCs for the program. It's a great opportunity for businesses to get together, celebrate. We hope to have a lot of previous recipients in the room. They understand very well the importance of the award and what that can mean for a business. And so it's really a fun opportunity for us to be able to celebrate business success in our region on that night. Our business month rolls on then into the week after on April 18th, which is a Thursday. Our annual business expo will be held out at the Convention and Expo Center. That's followed by our Fun at Expo event, which has got food and drink from any number of members that'll be available there. And then we wrap up the month on Monday, the 29th with an HR workshop program, and that'll be held out at NTC. You can find out more about all these programs on wasachamber.com. You can register if you haven't already for any of these programs. And I want to thank again Christie and Heather for their time this morning. And we will this completes the 8 finalist videos. If you happen to miss any of them, you can visit our YouTube channel or our Facebook page and watch those videos. So Christie, Heather, thank you so much.
Thank you,
All right,
Brian.
thank you. Keep up the good work, Brian.
Thanks.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.